Welcome back to On Air, the movie podcast, where we talk about, guess what? Movies.
You're lying.
Crazy. I know,
You're lying
right?
right to my face.
Why would I ever do that to you? Because I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it. We talk about movies, and because today, the movie we're talking about is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I had to read it from the paper,
not
the paper.
Massive weight of unbearable talent.
I keep
like
saying it
Unbearable
wrong.
talent.
I keep saying it wrong. It's really annoying. I keep saying it wrong.
And this movie starts. How does he go? How does he say it in the movie? Nick, freaking wow, Cage.
I was waiting for that to happen from someone.
I should have
It
expected
could only
that.
have been me.
Well, you're right.
Michael wouldn't do that.
If you asked me to, I would have, but I
Do it.
No.
Do it right now.
No, you already did it though. You can't do it again. Or I can't.
What's the
I'm not
quote
taking your
that he
thunder,
says when the at the end and the beginning when they're like he's reading the line and then the guy like doesn't hire him. You have that memorized, right?
Oh, I don't have that memorized now.
Something about
It's like
something in the reflexes.
there
that'll
are 16
be how long
reflexes
it takes to,
in my or
what-
muscles in my trigger
That's the
finger,
one.
and then by the time what? I know. I saw.
Oh, do you know?
And
I don't.
and
It's sheets.
and then
No. Well, no. It doesn't.
And-
just send it.
and
picture.
and then okay. You know what? Let's go back to the beginning here.
General thoughts.
General thoughts.
I was gonna say that, then I got distracted by the text.
Oh yeah,
Thanks for
of course.
distracting me with help.
That's
Yeah.
so wild. Okay. General thoughts here. Who wants to go first?
General thoughts. Sorry.
So are you going first?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Okay.
All right, then go first.
I like the movie. I a couple months ago I watched it. Haven't watched it since, but I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I expected it to be more bonkers and like crazy funny than it ended up being, but yeah, I liked it. It was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Una, go.
This is one of my favorite movies. I suggested it, so I
Nice.
like it. General thoughts are positive. These
Mm.
glasses like tilted.
You're fine. Okay. My general thoughts are, I really don't know what I was expecting. I think I expected less of like Nick's family at the beginning to just be like the setup, and then he like goes on and hangs out with Javi and stuff. So I expected more of that
Fun fact.
and less of his family.
Fun
but-
fact about
Yep.
the daughter. The one who plays Nicolas Cage's daughter is actually Michael Sheen's daughter in real life. Just fun fact.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, you sure do
Anyway.
love Michael Sheen, don't you?
Wow, yeah, it's almost like actors can sometimes be nepo babies.
I know. I just thought it was cool. But
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, it was really good. I liked it. I sure did like it.
I sure did like it.
oh God, never do that again.
like it.
I liked it a bunch.
All right. All right. Who wants to talk about
These hurt. I'm taking these off.
characters that we liked?
I liked Nicolas Cage.
I liked Javi.
I also liked Javi. Javi was also my favorite character. And I feel like there weren't many characters.
Yeah,
were there.
I like the character that Nicolas Cage played. I don't who did he play again?
Oh,
I think his name was like
George.
Curious George.
Whoa.
my God, it's a sign we have to do Curious George. The other ones on the next podcast.
Jinkies.
That's Scooby Doo.
What do you want me to?
I thought you were gonna say something like, "Oh, bananas," but you just broke out the monkey noise.
Sounded more like a bird.
Yeah. No, this is the sound monkeys make. Oh, we've killed 5 minutes.
Yeah,
already.
we have not talked about this movie.
So this movie, you know.
It was a movie.
Certainly was a movie.
Why'd you like Nicolas Cage?
I liked Nicolas Cage.
Keep going.
Okay. So I've heard.
Many people do, in fact. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I have another character I liked. I liked Maria. She showed up, like, not a lot, but just her just being like, man, I really like Nick Cage. What a good actor at the beginning of the movie. And then at the end, she was like, Nick Cage? That's awesome. Like, that's so, honestly, if I got saved by my favorite actor, like, that
Who's
would be
your favorite
awesome. I don't know. I'm terrible with names.
It's me.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is you, actually. I'd let you save me any day.
What the heck?
I'm standing right here.
You are also my favorite actor.
Maybe
Take
the real
that
favorite
movie.
actor was the friends we made along the way.
They sure are.
No, that's stupid. So,
Damn.
the centerpiece of this movie is obviously the chemistry and relationship between Nicolas Cage and his good friend
Javi.
Javi, played by Pedro Pascal,
I did
who's
want to talk
one
about
of my favorite
that.
actors alive.
Me too.
Love that guy. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I was
Mandalorian, Last of Us.
I wanted to say about that. I was very glad that they had.
You sounded so somber. I wanted to say.
I wanted to talk about how in like most medias there aren't a lot of like positive like male friendships. They're just like not really like a thing. It's mostly just like romance is like the most like focused
and
on
if you
thing.
do see,
So I really appreciate any time. Oh, I think it's like romance and then like family and then friends is like,
right,
is what
and
I
if
most
you- if
see
you
anyway.
do
Like,
see, like,
in my own personal
two
thing.
guy
Yeah.
friends, I feel like a lot of the times it's,
It's
not
like-
like
Yeah.
it's not like vulnerable
Yeah,
relationship.
they
It's
like
just like
Javi and
Hey, we're friends.
yeah,
and
it's just like we're
let's
bros
drink a
and we're so
beer.
manly and we really like manly things.
It's so funny to me
Yeah,
how
like
Javi like
beer
totally
and-
fanboys over
Oh,
Nick Cage,
yeah.
and he had, like the whole room of like the stuff, like the sculpture.
and,
Dude,
and,
I'll be
like,
completely
in the-
honest. If either one of you get like super famous, I would do that. I would 100% do that.
Michael, if you get famous, I'm gonna keep a lock of your hair in a Ziploc bag.
Aw, thank you.
I already do.
I know where you
Yeah,
are
let's
at all times.
Oh my god.
Stay away from that.
You
Anyway,
both do, and I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
move.
No, just turn off your location on your phone,
How?
bro. Okay, it's fine.
Anyway, so like,
Oh, we're so on track.
I like how in the beginning when Nick Cage first meets Javi, Javi's like fanboying out. He's like, I don't know how to talk to him, and Nick Cage just couldn't care less. He's just like,
He didn't
Nice-
even know who he
nice to
was,
meet
and then he
you.
goes on that like rant about how he doesn't want like he doesn't know how this guy Javi's gonna be, and he's like complaining about him, and then he is Javi. So he's
Oh,
like
yeah.
complaining over the phone to the guy.
Or no,
But-
he's in person. It's like.
Well,
On the
there's
boat,
both. On the
right?
boat,
Oh.
he's on the phone complaining with Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh yeah, I did notice that actually. I thought that was really
and
funny.
like it makes sense because like he wouldn't expect this guy because it was like a lavish vacation, lavish by 21 Pilots, and it's a
Keep
lavish vacation, and so obviously he wouldn't expect Javi himself to pick him up. He'd expect like some
Right.
like bodyguard or like
Or just
some-
like a guy who gets paid to drive a boat.
I wanted to say servant, but that felt like a weird word.
Yeah,
to use.
no, it's I don't like that.
At your service, master.
Ugh. You sounded like Gollum.
Gollum.
Golem,
Is that his
Iron
name?
Golem.
No, is that not
It's-
his name?
Gollum.
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 Same thing or same difference.
Yep, let's move on because I'm not doing that. Oh, you want to say something?
No.
Okay. Oh. All right. Well, guess not.
I thought the theme was cool. Like how it shows the parallel of him being so absorbed in his work life that he ignores his family completely until he spends time with what's his face? Javi. And is like reintroduced to this whole new idea of like working on the script, and then he learns that he's like,
what? Keep talking.
And then at the end, it's like so much character development because he doesn't go to the thing that he's supposed to go to.
Whoa.
They're like not supposed to. They're like after party for the premiere, and he watches Paddington 2.
I don't think I've ever seen Paddington 2. That should be our next movie.
No.
Why are you guys such haters?
He has a character arc because I'll tell you later. Because he has a character arc. Whoa, it's almost like it's a movie.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But the scene of him.
Did you forget?
Like, yeah, well, I forgot for a second, but now I remember. No coughing, please. This is a serious podcast. Anyway,
Since when?
Shh. Yeah, do that. Don't talk.
Damn.
I like the scene where they're like watching because he likes their favorite movie is The Cabinet of
Dr. Caligari, Gary.
That.
Calamari.
No.
Yeah. and then it's like, and then Nick Cage is like, what's your second favorite movie? And he's like, Paddington 2. And he's like,
that was third.
What?
That's third.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
third?
because they do this. The first one is like Face Off, which is a Nick Cage movie. Second one is Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which is the one that he made his daughter watch.
Yeah.
And then
sorry, I haven't seen this movie in a while.
And then third one
I watched
is
it yesterday.
Paddington 2, and then
I could have. It was on Hulu. I could have. I shoulda, shoulda, woulda.
I'm so glad it was free on Hulu. I forgot to watch it until yesterday, so.
Yeah.
I watched it like immediately because I really like this movie, and also I was like bored, so I'm like, hey, I'll put this on, and then my whole family just kind of sat down and started watching.
I might watch it afterwards, in the right order, of course. Podcast and then watch the movie.
Yeah, of course. I think so. My family. All right, Michael. Time to talk about his family. So sorry. You can go.
I'll just quickly go because you have family stuff to talk about, so I'll make this
I know it's just the episode podcast.
Daily or
is it weekly? Weekly.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shush. So I like this scene where he's like, "Okay, what's your third favorite movie?" Paddington 2, and he's like, "Are you kidding me?" And he's like, "It made me cry. It makes me cry every time." And then he's like, "That is so stupid." Then it cuts to them having
and then like sobbing over it. Yeah, it's so good.
That's so me-core.
Paddington 2 is so good.
And then that's the one that his daughter wanted to watch.
All right, now you can talk about your family.
All right, so I just wanted to say, my parents, they are out of the house at the time, or busy, or working, or whatever. So I couldn't watch it with them.
They're dead to you either way.
How dare you? I love my family.
Makes one of us. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Mom. I'm kidding, Dad. I'm kidding, nah.
That's wild.
He's not watching this.
That's so funny. But yeah, I asked my dad, I was like, didn't you want to join me for the last half of the movie? And he's like, no. If I'm going to watch a movie, I have to watch it all the way through. And I was like, okay, calm down. No need to get so worked up about it. It's just a movie. But my mom joined me for the last, 30 minutes.
It only a movie. Oh, I thought you were like...
I'm done.
I'm done. I hate this book.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm talking about my parents.
And you're like, I can't do this anymore.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So, I like this movie.
That's all. I wanted to ask a question because I don't know anything. I'm essentially just born, so you have to tell me things. Did Nick Cage help write this movie, or?
I assume so. I can only assume that he did.
I believe so.
Because
I just had the quick thought of
imagine someone else writes it and then
he's like, okay,
Nick Cage, they write it for him and then they ask him and he just says no.
And then you cast someone else to be Nick Cage.
So I just had this quick thought that what if this podcast was just 2 seconds long, where it was just like, hey, this movie was good. Bye. This movie sucked.
Bye.
Apparently he didn't work on it. No?
He didn't write it?
What?
What the
Okay, so then that means that there is a possibility that he says no. So they write this whole movie for him, and then it does not happen because he doesn't want to be in it. That's
Wait.
hilarious.
No, I'm telling
That's
you, they
so
just
funny.
cast someone
I
else.
don't talk like this.
They cast
Nick
Pedro
Cage.
Pascal as Nick Cage, and Nick
then
Cage as Pedro
Or
Pascal.
Javi as Javi.
Javi.
But yeah,
Same thing.
it's so funny.
Oh, wait, never mind. No. Forget it. Someone talk so I don't have to keep mumbling.
Speaking,
Okay.
talking.
I
Good
also
job,
wanted to. There was another question that I had. Oh, geez, I'm blanking. Oopsies, I forgot. Okay, so
Mikor.
all right. Specific scenes or quotes that we want to talk about.
Well, the Paddington 2 thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's just about all I remember because it's like the most recent clip I saw of it while I was scrolling TikTok.
I like the scene where he wipes his forehead and then has to scale the side of a building while he's like really drugged. And then like
Yeah.
he passes out and then they say action and then he wakes up.
That's actually so
Awesome.
funny.
Like- And it
I
also,
love-
I feel like that's a good way to show how absorbed he is in his career because nothing else anyone is saying is getting through to him until they say action. Because it's like,
I
that's
love-
all he cares about.
I love the scene where they're like, they just did like Molly or whatever, which is the name of my dog.
I'm sorry.
And also ecstasy.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second? Because
Oh, the meme, yeah.
you said Nick Cage wanted to play Javi, but they said no because it would be too weird or meta.
That's funny. I would have preferred that.
Oh, that would've been
Okay,
so
no,
good.
Pedro Pascal did awesome in that role, and Nick
Oh, yeah.
Cage is Nick Cage, so like,
He just had to be
He's just like,
himself.
wait,
Yeah.
This guy doesn't act like Nick Cage at all. He's not a
Wait,
perfect
this guy
kid.
kind of sucks. Wait, imagine
This guy isn't Nick
imagine
Cage.
someone like writes you into a movie and you're actually
You're a
kind of a
terrible
jerk.
person.
Yeah, and you're just like, do you think of me like this? And they're like, ooh.
Yeah, but so I
Maybe
like
some
when they did
self-realization there.
when they did acid, or is it who cares? When they
LSD.
did
yeah.
LSD.
It's the same.
Yeah,
He literally texts
acid
him
is
saying, "Can't talk.
acid.
I'm on acid right now."
Yeah. So they did the drugs, and then you said the meme thing. That's hilarious. But I love the clip where they're like trying to get over
The wall. Oh my god,
Yeah,
it's so
and they're-
good. The physical comedy is so funny. I love
they're
that
like,
scene so much.
They take it so seriously. It's like, don't. He was like, you need to let me go.
And then he like slams on the ground. And he's like,
And yeah, then he just like he peeks over the wall. He's like, Mr. Cage.
Mr. Cage.
He was like, and he's like, Javi.
Javi.
so,
So
turns
funny.
out we could have just gone around.
So
Like, it's
funny.
so good. I love that.
It's literally perfect.
Oh my goodness. It's so funny, man.
I like how the cliff jumping scene
Mm-hmm.
that they did when Javi brought him out there,
Mm-hmm.
and like I like that comes back. That's like a way that they escape the bad
Mm-hmm.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right. Yeah, it's been a while.
I think.
I don't know.
Okay.
I watched it last night, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
There
it's
is a lot
good.
of stuff that, like the way they describe the movie there, and I know that's like the movie they're making is about the movie that they made at the end, which is the movie we're watching.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I
Yeah,
feel like
man.
it's cool how like they are describing like the things they're describing in the movie when they're talking about writing their own movie is what we actually see as a movie. I hit the mic. What we see as a movie, and then we watch it, and then it's like revealed that that's the movie.
Yeah.
You pick
It's
it
a
up what I'm
movie
putting
in
down.
a movie.
I think
in a
yeah.
movie.
In a movie, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Can we get someone?
Don't worry.
Like, can
I
we get
know what
her,
you're
like,
talking
some
about.
meds?
Imagine writing a movie about writing a movie. Couldn't
Oh,
be us.
Movieception.
We've never.
Oh yeah, it's almost so. That's so weird. We would never write a movie about writing a movie.
That seems really ambitious.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We would never write a movie about the writing process.
Never.
Never.
Imagine 2 movies about the writing process.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
at this point, it's
ambitious.
just getting repetitive.
No one gets what we're talking about.
No, maybe one of them, maybe one person watching it does.
Maybe that
Me.
one friend that we.
Me when I watch the podcast over. You guys won't get it, but I will. I'll be so into this joke.
There's no chance I ever watch back the ones I'm in because I hate the sound of my voice.
Aw.
But
I like the sound
and
of
I
your voice.
sometimes watch.
What?
Thanks. I sometimes watch the ones that I'm not in. Like I
That's
watched
my
the
parents.
Trolls one.
That's my parents.
Is your mom dancing in the background?
Yeah.
No, I hit the mic.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see what you.
Can they get a credit in the credits?
No.
That'd be so funny. It'd be
My
so
mom in the
funny.
credits.
Michael's dancing mom.
That's not happening. I refuse. Don't you dare do that.
There's no way we have 10 minutes.
Okay. No.
Please,
Yeah,
no,
just
it's
put
so
it in.
funny.
No.
Two-thirds
do that.
majority. We got the two-thirds
No.
majority. So that's happening.
Okay. Okay. I also wanted to say that the CIA agents I thought were funny.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. They're like, I'm 45 years old. Why the freak would I see Crudes too? It's so funny. That part gets me every time. I don't know why. It's so good.
I'm 15 and I haven't seen Crudes 2.
You're 50?
15.
Oh my God, he's 50.
Actually,
Shut up,
I
people
should.
after 50.
Is that
No,
your impression of 50-year-olds?
Whenever I go into the living room and I see my dad, he's just like watching TV like,
It looks like you're like
I'm not doing the
DJing.
impression.
Arthritis.
Or wait, what wicca or whatever. I don't know what DJ.
Wooga wooga, crippling debt.
Midlife crisis.
Taxes.
Anyways,
The financial crisis.
sorry.
Inflation.
One of the I wanted to
That's
say.
how all 50-year-olds are.
I wanted to say. I wanted to say. I thought it was funny.
Oh my God, wait,
for
it's just like Nick
all
Cage.
the
in the movie.
references in the movie were
what?
Funny.
Going like,
I didn't
Like financial crisis.
get.
oh yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
See,
very
we
many
stayed
Nick
on
Cage
track.
movies. But
National Treasure's peak.
I have seen.
You've seen
I've
National? I
seen
love
National
National Treasure.
National Treasure is a treasure.
I've
I
seen
haven't-
all of them, and they're like
I
bad
haven't-
but good.
I've seen the first one.
I've only seen the first one.
I watched the first one
I
in
haven't-
civics class, and
I
then I
don't
like
Me
got
too.
really into them for some reason.
I think I just every time I watch National
We should
Treasure,
do
it's just on
National
TV
Treasure
and I'm in the
for
living
the
room with my
guys.
mom.
Hear me out.
Um,
Hear me out. Hear me out. National Treasure for the next movie on the podcast.
I'd be up for that.
Okay. Dude just ate my idea and threw it away.
Yeah, it was bitter.
Okay. So, I think, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I didn't get many of the like references because I haven't seen too many Nick Cage movies. But
wait,
but-
the trailer thing.
but
I'll say it after.
at the end,
Is it hot in here? Is it just me?
It
is that a reference?
No, it is hot in here, and it's my fault. I'm
Why would you turn the heat on like that?
It's your
Okay.
fault it's out in here?
All right,
Yeah, I lit a fire
but
back
my
there.
mom started laughing so loud at the end when she was watching it with me when he said "not the bees" or whatever, and
Not the bees.
and she laughed so hard I had to pause the movie. I was like, "Are you okay?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's a reference." And I was like, "Oh." And then she Googled it. She was like, "Oh my God!" She said the oldest thing ever. The oldest thing I've ever heard her say was, "How do I search up a meme?" I was like, "Just search up."
Uh-oh.
And I had it took
no,
us
I've
like
seen
five,
the-
not
I've seen
5
the
minutes.
clip.
It took like 2 minutes just to be like, just type in where not the bees, Nick Cage. That's all you have to
Yeah,
say.
it's-
That's all you have to say.
It is a funny clip from a bad movie that I haven't seen, but
On the-
bees.
On the topic of references, I'm assuming this was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, then it's like a crazy coincidence. In the trailer for this movie, they use the song "Happy Together," which is also in the credits of Adaptation, which is another Nick Cage movie.
Okay. Why are you like
don't know where
this?
that went.
Why are you guys like this? Okay, cut it out. I wanted to
Oh, wait.
stop laughing.
Uh-oh.
Okay, do you want to?
Okay. Una's doing
camera
that. You should say that.
Go back.
You can share a mic.
I would share a mic with you.
Yay.
Aww.
And
Thanks.
then, are there any other scenes or like quotes that we want to show?
Are there any other
specifically?
scenes
In this movie at all?
Are there any just like in general?
Just like the funny ones.
Oh, I wanted to talk about.
I'd like to point out every scene in this movie. It's great.
I wanted to mention how I get secondhand embarrassment so easily.
Oh, me too.
When watching movies. So
I
at
always
the
have to
very
skip.
beginning,
I
had to
skip
like.
scenes where, like the scene where he was like talking bad about Javi in front of him. The
piano?
I'll be honest.
Oh, and that I was expecting to be more.
I didn't watch that scene.
No,
the
I
moment
hate
he
that
started
scene.
singing "Happy Birthday" super loudly, I went nope, and then
Yeah.
I turned away.
I was expecting to cringe.
Addie.
I was expecting to cringe a lot more. I was expecting to cringe a lot more at that scene, but I didn't. I usually like every scene. Like if I'm rewatching a movie and I know that there's an embarrassing scene, I just skip it.
Mm-hmm.
Another scene I really liked. I don't know if we have enough time. I'm go through it really fast. When they're on the acid and they're like those two guys, they're watching us, and he's like turn around and laugh, and he's like. And he turns back around, and it's so funny because they keep coming. These guys are just sitting there, and they're like so paranoid about it because they're on acid naturally.
Naturally, they're on acid.
Like no, I mean they're paranoid because
My
they're.
natural state is high on LSD.
No, I'm not like.
Lakeshore Drive. That's a good song.
I know that's
Okay.
Ecstasy.
I'm
floating around. No, never mind.
I also wanted
Sorry.
to say I can speak. Don't worry. There was one joke where it was like they made a joke where they were talking and it was like when they were gonna go kill each other, and Javi was like, I think the kidnapping is a good idea, and they were talking like it starts out super, like. I forget how they described it at the beginning, and then or like psychological or whatever, and then after it was gonna be like a blockbuster movie, and it was like a little for everyone, and I don't know, I thought it was funny because like that's what it was.
Cool.
There were a lot of like jokes about them like writing like the actual movie.
Yeah.
I say we wrap this podcast up.
All right, I will go with final
died.
rating first. I think I said 4 out of 5 stars.
For me, I don't know if I wouldn't say this movie is like. For me, it's a 5 out of 5, just because like I feel like when I watched this for the first time, I remember watching it in Connecticut with my family, and then going home and like immediately rewatching because I liked it so much. Like I feel like it is like. It inspired me to write a bunch of stuff, and also I feel like the message is cool, and the way they communicate it is cool. So yeah, 5 out of 5 for me.
Nice.
Good. I would give it a 4 out of 5, but I feel like it just maybe it's because I was like setting my expectations too high, but it just wasn't as funny as I expected it to be, and like crazy and like,
That's fair, yeah. Like
so
I feel like my opinion's not as popular, but
yeah, I'd say I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5. Also, I looked this movie up earlier today in school because I still have school.
imagine.
And
We love our teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out our teachers.
I also love their teachers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I looked it up. This movie had a budget of $30 million and it made $29 million.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's tragic.
That is the exact sound I made when I read that. I was like, ooh.
I love this movie so much, if you couldn't tell.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
You'll make
That's not
them that
fair.
extra million by.
I
just
feel like a lot of
rewatching
people
the
haven't
movie
heard
over
of
and
it.
over again.
A movie needs more than
You guys. shout out audience should
the
watch.
budget to make.
Not National Treasure. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
What's next? You can actually do one of your silly little Nick Cage movies or whatever.
Can we do National Treasure?
Sure.
Please? Yes.
Cool. Then that's next Friday? You're doing that?
Yeah.
Cool. I won't be here. I'm gone.
That's crazy. We'll miss you, Theo. Rest in peace.
Well,
All right.
goodbye.
All right. Thank you. See you next week.